have any questions, if you want to take pictures, go ahead. I made myself all pretty for you guys today. But I do want to say throughout our tour, we're going to have 2 stops. So we're going to be able to see 2 machines, and then we're going to have a little movie. And right after that little movie, are you guys excited to go to ground?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So you can follow me this way.
Is there different meaning of the different colors in the
There might be. Unfortunately, I don't know the answer to that one. But those ones is probably because some are older, some are newer. That's probably the meaning for those ones.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
It's Desjardins. Yeah. I'm not scared of heights, I guess.
That's good.
I feel like
Different in the case you
I'm sorry?
Different in the case you use.
Well, it's both the same size.
Yeah.
Yeah. 88 guys.
88.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay. Right.
Pack them in.
Oh, yeah.
Shoulder to shoulder.
And very soon you guys will be able to leave the cage and go to the left. You're welcome to take a hard hat, white one. If you have a smaller head, a blue one. And for the even smaller heads, we also have some bicycle helmets.
This is very expensive, everyone.
Can we keep them?
We cannot keep them.
So I have the blue one. I need a flashlight. Mommy, take out your phone. I need a flashlight. I need a flashlight.
There should be a little knob at the back.
How do you do it slow?
Turn it to the right to tighten it and to the left to loosen it.
Yeah, it's clean enough. Mommy, get flashlight.
And once you have a hard hat, you can come right in front of me over here.
Right.
Oh, you're recording. You're recording. Hold on.
Okay, you put on the comment.
We've gone.
Okay. That's good.
We've gone.
That's yours.
Well, no,
Right?
No, I'm good. It's
A
alright.
little tighter. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
See? Right like that.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Make sure your hard hat is roll on your head. I invite you guys to just look up.
I got a flashlight with my phone. Make sure to like and
A
subscribe.
little bit more. And how deep do you guys think we are right now?
No.
Did you read it upstairs? Alright. Well, very good guess. So we are about 70 feet deep or 22 meters underground. I will say usually I get guests that are a little bit higher than that. So it looks pretty deep, but it's not very deep for a mine here in Sudbury. On average, our mines will be about 1 kilometer deep, which is about 50 times deeper than where we are. The deepest mine we have here in Sudbury is called the Creighton Mine. It is 2.4 kilometer deep, which is over 100 times deeper than where we are right now. So that makes for a pretty nice ride with a cage, but cages can go pretty fast. They can go up to 35 to 40 kilometers an hour. So pretty fast. And very soon we're going to go in our mine. But before we go in our tunnel, we're going to pass through what we call the airlock. So usually it would be a small area closed or blocked off by 2 different doors. And generally only one door would open at a time. Just so that way we can separate the mine into smaller sections. So if we need to refresh the air of that portion, we can use less air and also less time to do so. So already checked, the air quality is good enough for us to keep going. But as you might have noticed, it is also pretty humid down here, as you see with the puddles. So when we go in, you'll be able to see, but it's possible there's going to be some raindrops coming down to you from the ceiling. So if you don't want to be too wet, just watch out for those. And if you have frizzy or curly hair, I am extremely sorry. And we can start going this way.
Yeah.
I will things too.
Why does it smell like gas?
That's because they're still doing construction. So this tour is still very recent. We've only opened it about a month and a half ago. So they're still finishing it up, but it's still safe for us to be in here. And we're currently walking what we call a drift. So the drift is going to be this horizontal tunnel over here. But if you look at the wall, it doesn't look like rocks, right? This is because this is called shotcrete. So it's concrete that we were supposed to spray on the wall using a hose.
3 hours
That's why
away
it's safe
from
for us to
home
do
in
that here,
Sudbury.
but only a hard hat
I
and no other
highly
equipment.
recommend it.
And then when it opens up over here, our tunnel is about 4.5 by 4.5 meters, which is an accurate size of what a drift would be like in an active mine, which means that we can also fit actual machines that we use underground, like the one behind me right here. So in an active mine, usually as a structure, we would not use our shotcrete. Instead, we would use those mesh and bolts that we can see behind the machine. So we do have those underneath the shotcrete, but usually the shotcrete would just not be present, just because it's a little expensive, I will say, and also because it's a lot easier to just remove the mesh and bolts than removing the shotcrete itself when we want to create some blasts or explosions or other things like that. But we would usually use the shotcrete when it comes to refuge station, for example. So those areas where we want to make sure the wall is not going to collapse on the miners, where we want the miners to be nice and safe. Behind me over here, we have this machine that is going to be called the Simba. As we can see, the arm is pointing up to the sky, like our favorite movie, The Lion King. So a very nice way to remember that its name is Simba. And this machine is going to create holes into the rock face to then either put stick of dynamite and create some blasts to get pieces of rock, or to create a drift, so again the tunnel we are in right now. And this is a pretty big machine. So how we're going to carry it down, you may ask? Well, we're going to remove the arm from the body itself, and we're going to carry it down using what we call the skip, which is going to be a different kind of elevator than the cage that we saw. And it's going to be able to carry both of the parts separately underground, and once underground, we'll be able to reassemble it and then let it work a little bit. And the skip is going to be the same elevator that also brings the rocks, so the minerals, back up to the surface, so we can start extracting all those nice low metals. But this will not be the only machine that we use on the ground. So I'll bring your attention back up to my little TV over here. We'll be able to see a couple more. When we talk about a cell, we're going to talk about this little cube over here. So this machine is going to need 2 of them to work. And then we're going to recharge it 2 different ways. Either we just plug it in and let it recharge, and it's going to take about 1 to 2 hours to fully recharge, or we just switch out the batteries. And that's going to take about 5 to 10 minutes. So that second option is a little bit quicker, so it's going to be used a little bit more often, just so we can keep using the machine as much as we can. And well, there's some benefits to having some electric machines down underground. The first one and the main one is that they don't produce any exhaust. So they're not going to produce those toxic fumes that regular diesel machines